We're here at B Team to do some YouTube filming. I'm a bit late. Good morning.
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Good.
You guys started without me.
We finished.
No. This is...
It's done.
I'm gonna make it better.
It's done.
I'm here to make it better.
Yeah.
Take number 2, Nicky Rod has finally showed up 45 minutes late, so we're going to get into this again. We got a huge week of grappling coming up. So the first event we're going to be talking about is WNO in Houston on December 4th. We got one of our guys, Declan Moody, going against Philippe Penne. How do you see that match playing out?
Yeah, I think it's going to go well, but just to defend myself, obviously never late is better. Better late than never.
Yeah.
And if you're cold, wear a sweater. So that's where we're at right now. Our guy Declan, I'm excited for him to compete. A very technical, a very strong grappler. I think, Declan has the ability to implement his game plan. It's in my opinion that Declan's a better wrestler. He's going to be able to kind of dictate the hand fight, win the hand fight, take him down as he pleases, or counter Penne's wrestling. I think once Penne feels that, he's probably going to pull guard, and then Declan has a great ability to pass guard. So I could see him passing the guard, controlling him, and then kind of doing what he wants from there.
Yeah. Overall, this is definitely, I think, maybe besides Kainan, probably his toughest match to date. But yeah, huge opportunity for a big upset. And again, Declan's been feeling really good in the gym, gotten a lot better since he, pretty much moved to Austin, Texas, and has been training with us full time. And then actually, the day after the event, Declan immediately flies to Kazakhstan to compete in the AIGA. We got a bunch of our guys on the AIGA. Declan, we got Owen Jones, Kenta, Joseph Chen, and Kaya. Huge event, to be honest. I think their toughest team is going to be Universal Fighters. That's the team that upset Mo's team. A bunch of super tough guys, really good wrestlers out there. I don't know. I think that the Alioni team is going to be just too dangerous with leg locks and everything. I think that they'll be able to run through Universal.
Yeah, I think Universal's, their thing is like top pressure wrestling. What beats top pressure wrestling is leg lockers. So it's a recipe for success.
Yeah, I also thought Mo's team was gonna run through Universals, and I was wrong about that. So it'll end up being some tough matches for sure. But yeah, it's a super interesting rule set. It's 3 5-minute rounds. And it's kind of like a dual meet, so it's not quintet style where if you submit the person, you stay in, right? It's just weight classes, and then those weight classes compete against each other, to essentially win points for the team. But yeah, I think the rule set is good. I think the 5-minute rounds allows for a lot more action, and it's more exciting for the spectators.
AIGA, AIGA, absolutely international grappling aliens. That's probably not what it stands for. But anyway, I'm excited for AIGA. I like the rule set. I like the intervals, a 5-minute match, 1-minute break, is it?
Yeah, I believe
so
1 minute
5-1, 5-1, 5-1. Obviously, they're going for action, but something that I think the jiu-jitsu guys make a mistake is they just train the consistent, maybe 5-minute or 10-minute match in training, and they don't train to recover within the 1 minute. I believe that's important. Something you saw in my CJI run, we have 15-minute match with 1-minute breaks every 5 minutes. I was able to recover heavily within the 1 minute. And in fact, I wore my whoop strap, and I went from 178 beats per minute to literally 80 beats per minute within that 1 minute. So you're talking about a hefty time and ability to recover within 60 seconds. If you're in AIGA, train the rounds properly. Have a 15-minute match with 1-minute break in between, and try to recover in that 1 minute. I think it'll help these guys find success regardless of what their game plan is.
Next up, we got UFC FightPass Invitational. That's taking place on December 5th. We got 2 of our boys going in. We got Damian Anderson and Nick Mataya. First, we'll talk about Nick Mataya. We just recently promoted him to brown belt, and he's honestly one of my toughest matches in the gym. I think that if he competes to the same level he trains at, I think that he'll 100% beat Ronaldo. And this is, again, a huge opportunity. No one really knows who Nick Mataya is yet. He hasn't really had a breakout performance, but, Ronaldo's, black belt world champ, a big name in Atos, and it's a huge opportunity for Mataya.
Nick will Mataya you up. I think that's kind of his game plan. He gets out there and puts a squeeze on the boy.
I think it's going to be Mainly a wrestling match. You know, I feel like Ronaldo and Nogi is not really known for pulling guard. He's more known for wrestling and passing. You know, he recently had a match against Cody Steele on FightPass Invitational, and he was able to win in a fairly dominant fashion. You know, he controlled most of the match. I do believe Cody did get one suplex in, though. Besides that, you know, Ronaldo controlled most of the match. But Mataya's wrestling is really good. Some of the best wrestling on the team, to be honest. So I definitely see Mataya either ducking and getting to his back or taking him down and passing.
Yeah, I think Ronaldo has a very unpleasurable style for Mataya, right? Like, it's really not a lot of routes to victory for Mr. Ronaldo. He's a tough black belt. He's weathered. You know, he's had tons of matches. Nick is relatively inexperienced when it comes to, in comparison to jiu-jitsu, but super talented, very great competitor, and a smart competitor as that. So I'm excited for that.
And then we also got Damian Anderson versus Sandre Silva. I don't really know too much about Sandre Silva. I know he's mainly a gi guy. And I've heard he's got, you know, pretty good judo and wrestling. So I think Damian's easiest path to victory is to just pull guard and leg lock him. But, you know, Damian's been doing a lot of wrestling, especially since transitioning to MMA. So I do believe Damian will be better on the feet and be able to take him down. So I believe that if he wants to end the match quickly, he can go out, pull guard, and leg lock him. Or if he wants to kind of work on other aspects of his game, like his wrestling and his passing, I believe he can win that way too.
I definitely agree. You know, Damian's more of an MMA fighter now. They call him demon hands, but nicknamed semen hands. And if you have semen on your hands, it means your hands are sticky. So he's probably going to stick to a leg lock pretty easily and break a leg.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, a lot of times you see jiu-jitsu guys kind of fall off of jiu-jitsu when they transition to MMA. But, you know, to be honest, I think Damian's just gotten better. I think a lot of the times jiu-jitsu guys kind of will just stop focusing on jiu-jitsu completely just to work on striking and MMA. Damian has kept his, you know, normal jiu-jitsu schedule and just added MMA sessions on top. So, you know, I definitely don't think that he's diminished at all. I think he's still, you know, getting better. So after that, December 6th on ADXC, we got the rematch. We got Haisam versus Cyborg. For those that don't know, in their first match at ADCC, Haisam got a huge upset and was able to submit Cyborg with an armbar. Now this is going to be the match is going to play out a bit differently because this time it's going to be in a cage, so the wall wrestling aspect comes into it. But you know, I think Haisam's, you know, just overall very dangerous. So he can kind of catch a submission out anywhere. Like as you guys saw in the first match, there's a pretty crazy scramble to get to that armbar. So, you know, I think overall it's going to be a tough match for him. I think Cyborg will definitely be a lot more cautious this time around. You know, Haisam really wasn't that big of a name when they first fought, but now Cyborg knows he's dangerous, so he'll be a bit more cautious. But again, Haisam's super dangerous, so I could see him pulling out another sub.
In my opinion, this is a very evenly matched match. Right, you have Cyborg, bowl of acai versus Haisam Rita, Wagwan Pham. It's a very, you know, it's a battle of attrition, a battle of nutrition. And yeah, I mean, Cyborg's a tough grappler, but not a, almost never submits people, I feel like. But not to say he's not capable of, he's definitely capable of it. And then Haisam, the last time they competed, armbarred Mr. Cyborg. So yeah, an interesting match. It's going to be good to see how much Haisam has improved in the past couple years.
Yeah, I think he can do very well. And again, if there's going to be a submission, I definitely see it being Haisam over Cyborg. Haisam's definitely more known for his submissions than Cyborg is. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Also, make sure you check out our sub-meta. Okay, we got live Q&As, breakdowns, full rounds. I also just dropped an outside Ashigarami course, so make sure you guys head over there and check that out.